Adam Mancuda here for the All Out Blitz with a little stardom and sit-em ahead of the Week 3 action kicking off tonight with the Jets and the Browns. So let's dive right in with some fantasy starts. For me, the first name on this list is Jimmy G, going against that Kansas City defense, or what they call a defense. Remember, the Chiefs do score a lot of points, but then they give up a lot of points. The Chargers did it, and of course last week the Steelers did it. So why can't Jimmy G and that rocket arm do it? He's got weapons like Dante Pettis, as you see here, his favorite target George Kittle, Pierre Garçon. I think that this is a week where Jimmy G goes off, especially in a potential shootout matchup and potential fantasy bonanza matchup. Give me all of the Jimmy G this week. Then you got Kenny Golladay, who played against him last week. I think this guy is the most explosive wide receiver on the entire Lions team, even better than Marvin Jones and Golden Tate. The guy can stretch the field as well. He's had a couple big games in a row to start the season against the Niners and the Jets, so give me Kenny Golladay. And if you're talking about a guy that's able to stretch the field, look no further than Deshaun Jackson. This first play of the game, 75-yard touchdown against his former team, the Eagles. This guy's been electric in the first 2 weeks of the season and is really one of the keys as to why the Bucs are off to that red-hot 2-0 start. Also, giving Nelson Aguilar wherever I can get him. The fact is the Eagles are down a few weapons with Alshon Jeffrey unlikely to play, Jay Ajayi may not play, and then you also have Mike Wallace on IR. So who's Carson Wentz going to throw to? It's either going to be Zach Ertz and Aguilar. So to me, where Aguilar is a PPR monster, he's getting into my lineup. And the last name on this list is a kicker. And you're going to say, why a kicker? Why start a kicker? And why mention a kicker? Well, because he's the second most accurate kicker in the history of the league. And now he's probably playing for one of the top 2 teams in the NFC and a potential Super Bowl favorite. Oh, and they're playing Buffalo. You really need to get Dan Bailey into your lineups. On the other side of the coin, Deshaun Watson, someone I'm sticking away from. I just don't trust him this week against the Giants, even at home. I just have not seen anything I liked from that Texans offense so far, and Watson falls into that trap. Then you have a guy like Derrick Henry, who was a bruising back last year in the playoffs, ran all over the Chiefs, but he struggled out of the gate this year. Unfortunately, as a Derrick Henry owner, I'm sitting him this week. Then you have Andy Dalton, and you may be saying, how could you possibly bench Andy Dalton this week after what he pulled together last week against the Ravens? Simply put, because I don't trust him on the road against Carolina in an environment where you truly don't know what he's going to do, especially with Joe Mixon down because of injury. Gio Bernard is not Joe Mixon. He's not the same threat. So to me, you have to stay away from Dalton and find a safer option this week. And the last name on the list is Larry Fitzgerald. He's banged up, he's not 100%, and the Cardinals' offense is terrible. Sam Bradford's not the answer, and even if Josh Rosen comes in, the Bears' defense is really solid. You saw what they did against Seattle, you saw what they did in Green Bay, where they should have won that game, and if not for some heroics from Aaron Rodgers, the Bears possibly would be 2-0. For more fantasy analysis, hit me up on the fantasy forum throughout the week, and we'll see you Sunday morning at 11:45 for an episode of All Out Blitz where we answer all of your questions leading up to all the Week 3 action. For All Out Blitz, I'm Adam Mancuda. We'll see you over the weekend.